So I'm not gonna, go, leave my Facebook account down below. But I wanted to talk about this because my ninth year on Facebook, on the current account of Facebook, is coming up on 9 years in a little under a couple weeks. The 24th, and today is the 8th. So it's a little under a couple weeks from now. I think it was like 20 something, 24, something like that. Maybe it's 2.5 weeks. But like, I realized like there's just been so many things that I posted on Facebook over the last year that have been really interesting. Whether it's pictures, whether it's me talking about my birthday or talking about an event that I want to plan for the coming year or whatever it is. I post some sort of a thing on Facebook, and I talk to so many friends on Facebook as well. I mean, it's not just the two most important people part of this channel that have been around since nearly the beginning. One's been around for 8 years, and the other one's been around for 6 or 7. And speaking of years coming up, next year it'll be year number 9 on YouTube, and next year it'll be is it this year? This year will be year 7 on Instagram, and on Twitch it'll be year 5 or 6 or something like that. And those are the only ones that I really use right now. I mean, Twitter, that'll be going on 8 years, or 9 years next year. And I think about it, because most of the social media platforms I started in 2012. The only one that did start in 2012 was Facebook, and the other one that I didn't really start was Instagram, and that was back in 2013. So I've been almost on most of my social media platforms for about 10 years now. Almost. The only one I haven't been on for 10 years is Twitch. That one's been almost half a decade, or maybe a year over half a decade. But for the most part, whether I'm on Facebook, whether I'm on, Instagram or YouTube or Twitch or any of those other platforms, Twitter, even though I don't use Twitter as much anymore. And Twitch I'm leaving in about a week. Actually, it's less than a week. The 15th, which is, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About a week from now, I won't be on Twitch for a while. But, I've been on all these social media platforms for a long time. I just wanted to focus on Facebook because I've had so many, amazing memories that I've posted on Facebook, whether it's going to Comic-Cons, whether it's going to, VidCon, and going to Bodega Bay and all these other places around California, seeing the Sequoia National Park, going to the Giants game, SF Giants, by the way, going to Disneyland and Hawaii and all these other places. Around, even in Ohio, too, in these 9 years. I believe the last time I went to Ohio was 2013, which is 7 years ago now. And, all these other places that, I would love to go and visit and be a part of and stuff like that. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to document it on my Facebook. I'm going to document all these future events on, Instagram and YouTube and all these other social media platforms that I've been on over the course of these past almost 10 years. Next year Facebook it'll be year 10. Next year on YouTube will be year 9. Year 8 on Instagram, and year 7 or 6 or 7 or 7 or 8 on, no, it can't be 7. I think it's like 5 or 6. And then it's been a while. At least 5 years, maybe more. Because, even though I don't really use YouNow as much anymore, and I don't use Twitter as much anymore, those ones are probably, getting close to a decade as well. So, all my social media platforms are getting closer and closer to about 10 years that I've been on those platforms. Starting with Facebook. Facebook will be the first one to reach year 10 next year. And then in a couple years, in 2022, we'll reach year 10 on YouTube. And so forth and so on. 2023 will probably be 10 years on Instagram. So, I mean, but Facebook is the main goal here to think about. You know, there's just so many other things that I would love to, you know, do on Facebook, like, you know, reconnect with my friends that I haven't seen in 10 plus years, or haven't talked to in a very long time that I wish I could talk to. I mean, I tried DMing them on Instagram, but I think Facebook is the key place to talk to some friends of mine that I haven't talked to in a while. And I know Facebook is a little bit outdated, and, you know, and Twitter's kind of getting outdated. You know, MySpace days were numbered, and it's just all these platforms are seeing the end of their days, or, you know, are being mostly adults, you know, parents using Facebook and stuff like that, and aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff like that. Older cousins, not, you know, and older human beings. Not, I'm not trying to, you know, be ageist, but I'm just saying, you know, parents and aunts and, you know, whatever it is, prefer to use Facebook more than they use Twitter, or they use Instagram, or even, you know, any of these other, you know, social media platforms. But Facebook is where I do most of my stuff. Facebook and YouTube where I do most of my stuff. Instagram is kind of like faltering. I'm still using it. It's just I don't post as much on Instagram like I do on Facebook and YouTube, and sometimes I don't really post on Twitch, but I just wanted to talk about my social media platforms basically in this video, and that's exactly what I did. And I hope you guys understand that when 10 years comes up in next year for Facebook, and then the following year for YouTube, and the following year for, you know, Instagram, and then the following years for Twitch and Twitter and all that stuff. Twitter is actually the same year as, I believe, as YouTube. So I might restart up on my 10th year of being on Twitter if they allow me to reactivate it then, because I've been away from Twitter for quite some time now. It's been almost 2 years, or a year and a half, since I was last on Twitter. But anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand spanking new vlog. You all know the drill. Keep it real, and have an amazing birthday, whatever age you're celebrating this year. Bye bye.